I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, September the 17th, 2015. The White House confirmed yesterday that U.S. President Barack Obama will host Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Washington on November the 9th. Reports of the White House visit had been circulating in the Israeli media for several days. The White House said Obama looks forward to discussing regional security issues with Netanyahu, including the implementation of the Iran deal to, quote, peacefully and verifiably prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon and countering Tehran's destabilizing activities, as well as discussing Israeli-Palestinian relations and hopes for a two-state solution. The White House said the Israeli Prime Minister's visit is a demonstration of the deep and enduring bonds between the United States and Israel, as well as the unprecedented security cooperation, including our close consultations to further enhance Israel's security. The IDF has deployed an Iron Dome missile defense battery to stand at the outskirts of Ashdod. Israel's Channel 10 reported this morning that the rocket interceptor was sent to the southern Israeli city in anticipation of more rioting in Jerusalem. Terror group Hamas declared tomorrow, Friday, a day of rage after violent Palestinian protests took place earlier this week at the Temple Mount. The IDF emphasized that the deployment in Ashdod of the battery was precautionary only. The capital of Iceland has passed a resolution boycotting all products made in Israel. This according to a report by Iceland Magazine that said the resolution was proposed by Councilwoman with the Social Democratic Alliance, Bjork Wilhelmsdottir, saying that the city of Reykjavik will boycott Israeli goods, quote, as long as the occupation of Palestinian territories continues. Council members said the resolution was a symbolic one, a show of solidarity with the Palestinian people. Israeli Foreign Ministry spokesman Emmanuel Nachshon, in response to the motion, said a volcano of hate exploded in the building of the Reykjavik municipality. He said, "We hope that someone in Iceland will wake up and put an end to this blindness and one-sidedness that is demonstrated toward Israel, the only democracy in the Middle East." Last week, the European Parliament passed a resolution to allow European governments to label products made in the West Bank. Nachshon called that move an attempt to impose a diplomatic solution instead of encouraging the Palestinians to return to negotiations. B'nai B'rith International called it an affirmation of the discriminatory goals of the boycott, divestment, and sanctions, or BDS movement. B'nai B'rith said such a misguided policy is destructive to the peace process and gives momentum to opponents of Israel who seek to delegitimize the Jewish state by weakening its economy and isolating it politically. Ynet reports that Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas said he will, quote, drop a bombshell at the end of his speech to the UN General Assembly later this month. Abbas made the statement in an interview with Arab media that is set to air next week. While he did not say what the bombshell or statement would be, he did say it was about the peace process with Israel and alleged Israeli violations of the Oslo Accords. Abbas is set to address the General Assembly on September the 29th. Jewish and Muslim leaders in Europe have announced a new partnership, the Muslim-Jewish Leadership Council, the first of its kind. It will fight for religious freedom, including attempts to restrict religious practices that affect both Jews and Muslims in several European countries, like circumcision and ritual slaughter. The new council includes the participation of the Conference of European Rabbis, the World Islamic Relief Organization, the Islamic Council of the Republic of Germany, and the King Abdullah International Center for Interreligious and Intercultural Dialogue. The American Jewish Committee will mark the upcoming visit of Pope Francis to the United States with an interfaith concert tonight. The concert celebrates the historic visit as well as the 50th anniversary of the landmark Catholic proclamation Nostra Aetate, which opened a new era in Christian-Jewish relations. The concert takes place tonight at the Church of Saint Jean Baptiste in New York. It features Jewish and Catholic music, including works by Salomon Rossi, Aaron Copland, and Mozart. The Pope begins his visit to the U.S. on September the 22nd. And looking now at our programming for tonight, Thursday, September the 17th, at 8 o'clock, Professor Jane Gerber and Professor Paulo Mendes Pinto discuss the Portuguese Jewish legacy. At 9, Rabbi Emeritus of Congregation Sharif Israel, Mark Angel, sits down with Mark Golub on L'chaim. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, Executive Vice Chairman of the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations, Malcolm Hoenlein, talks about the major issues confronting Israel and the Jewish world at the start of the new year on In the News with Mark S. Golub. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, September the 17th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.